Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. Thank you for joining me here in Coded Live at Coded Live. I'm your host for the day, Sam Basu. You got my Twitter handle right there. So you know how to get hold of me. And it's Thursday, and you're stuck with me, but it's some exciting stuff this week. So I'm looking forward. Well, big stuff happened this week. Microsoft Build is going on. Today I think is the last day. So hopefully some of you have had a chance to tune in and watch some of the announcements that are relevant to .NET devs. But let's unpack something that I'm passionate about. That's .NET MAUI and .NET 6 and Preview 4, all the good stuff that came along. And then I obviously work for Progress Software, and we announced a little thing yesterday that might be of interest. So I'm going to tinker with all of this stuff coming up right now. All right, so let's play. But first thing, I want to show you something I learned last night on my little I have a little MacBook, not the Pro. It's just something I travel with and just easy to heavy productivity. And it's just like mind-numbing that I didn't know this before. But like I'm on a Mac and I'm on Windows as well. But a lot of the times when we pull up like a command prompt or a terminal, like I'm left navigating to a certain folder, especially if you're doing like CLI work, and I do like CD and LS and all those things. But there's a shortcut to actually bring up the terminal on the very thing that you're on, and it's just like, how did I not know this? So the way you do this, and I may not have it turned on here, so let me do this with you. So system preferences, I think, and then you go into on a Mac, you go into keyboard and you go into shortcuts, and there's this thing called services, which are things that are running like on Finder. So we have to get down to the files and folders. I don't need a new tab, but I do need that new terminal at folder, right? And you can have a shortcut to this if you wanted to. So I think that's all I should need. And then once you're on Finder, you can go into services. Wait, I don't see it. What? It's like you can bring up this thing is on. That's all I need. All right, well, we'll add a shortcut. How about I do, Command Shift T, maybe. Yeah, it got the Command Shift T. We'll keep this on as well. That should be all I need. Maybe I need to kill Finder once and then bring it back up. All right, here I am on my desktop, Finder, Services. I still don't see it. Oh, hey, while we're chatting, Dan Siegel is here. Actually, I'm glad, Dan, you are here. No, you didn't miss anything. I'm just trying to get started. That's Dan Siegel, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. That is Dan Siegel, the man. And actually, I might mention something that Dan has been doing. So, what are we doing? We are doing .NET MAUI Preview 4 and a hint of Telerik UI. What you're catching me up here, Dan, is there is a way to bring up the terminal on a certain folder. And I think I have the preferences right. I just don't see it why it's not showing up. So, new terminal at folder, I have it on. That's all I should need. Or maybe it doesn't work on desktop, is that possible? Alright, let me go to downloads. So I'm here, right, Finder, Services. No, you're breaking my heart, macOS. Why can't I get a new terminal here, right here? Alright, never mind. It's just something dumb that probably I'm missing. But there used to be a utility I used to use, like you could right click anywhere and say, give me a new terminal right here. And I cannot remember the name of that thing I used to use. So anyways, I will be doing CD and LS. Okay, I have a lot of things here, a lot of previous stuff as you can see, but let's start with the basics, okay? So let's do .NET MAUI Preview 4. There's a lot of things going on. Build is happening, and well, happened, and this post went live from Dan, not Dan. Well, Dan is mentioned actually on this post, but David Ortno, our beloved David Ortno. Okay, so if you're new, dotNET MAUI is the evolution of Xamarin Forms, and it's going to enable you to do true native cross-platform apps on iOS and Android. That's given, but you should have more confidence reaching, Mac and Windows OS as well. There's Blazor WebView. There's a lot of stuff. This post went live before they actually did the dotNET talk yesterday. So they have a new app which we can tinker around with. There are some system integrations that are nice, like right-click and context menu type things. Blazor WebView is new. They have a new splash screen. Raw assets are working. Single projects are working. If you are on Visual Studio 16.11 preview, we can take a look at that on Windows if I get around. It won't be the first time I've installed Visual Studio on stream. Yeah, what the heck. .NET Hot Readout is nice. Again, you need that 16.11. And then look at this, ecosystem readiness. I think David went back and added this stuff. So we released some UI, Telerik UI for MAUI. Just starting off, just putting a line in the sand to say, hey, we are here to support MAUI. Just very early days, the announcement is here, written by yours truly. It was nice of David to put this up, we have like 4 components, and I can walk you through a little bit of what these things do and how to set it up if you needed to change anything. But let's take a look at what they did in the first place. And while Dan is here, Prism. A lot of you use Prism for MVVM framework and C# and XAML type code bases. That's Dan and Brian and everybody else who helps maintain this. Primarily, this is a lot of Dan's work. So it looks like Prism is out with its first alpha for .NET MAUI, which is exciting. And I know Dan's been doing some work with, a lot of the work is underlying, like under the scenes with, under the covers with like .NET MAUI handlers and how you use compatibility and how you don't. So, Dan, let me know or post in chat if I missed something, but take a look at this, folks. This is nice. And the MAUI check tool is there, obviously. They have a new .NET MAUI template now, which is exciting. Again, all of this is in 16.11, which I actually don't have on Windows, but I'll show you stuff on Mac, which should work on command line. Okay, so all of this is up, but let me start with their repos. Dan didn't even realize he put that up in there. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That was nice of David, actually. Hang on. Let me go to my Twitters, and he added this like separately, and then he pushed out a now where is that? David was tweeting yesterday. This one here. So he said, hey, curious about your favorite libraries? Check out some of the new stuff I added. So that was nice. Okay, so let's take a look at their repo and see what changed, because this used to be the dev branch. So .NET Preview 4 for MAUI has been out for a while in the dev branch, but then they moved it up. I think they changed a few things. So we were in scramble mode trying to make sure we test with the latest, and I haven't run some of these latest samples before, so let's try it out. So we're going to install the bits, and hopefully I have some of it, and then run maybe their weather app, run the Telerik UI. I can show you some of the code we did. And something I did to my machine with my environments and all the preview bits, like I've done something where I cannot use MAUI check. And I can show you, and this is what you should all use. Don't just go by what I'm saying here. It doesn't work for me, doesn't mean it won't work for you. I've just done something to my machine that it doesn't like MAUI check anymore. Or it's just getting installed in a place that it can't find. See, it says, hey, I am good, but then I can't use it. Or, hold on. No, this is different. Now it's just saying it's installed. I just cannot find where that thing is. Okay, so this is different. I can try fixing it. It's just literally not finding. Dan is saying, if you really like the reasons to have some button, some bourbon or rakia. That's funny. That is funny. So what Dan is saying, Dan is a few steps ahead of us all the time. But preview 5 is probably getting cooked, and if you do run MAUI check --dev, that will try to get you the latest bleeding edge stuff, and everything is just going to melt, right? So unless you're up for bourbon, maybe that's not your thing. But if you're like Dan, if you want to stay on the absolute cutting edge, then go further than what's out there right now with preview 4. Okay, so I've done something where it's not picking up the command. Let me see if Dan is saying that's what I'm doing regularly to get Prism MAUI ready for build. Yeah, I hear you, I hear you. All right, so start here. Don't be like me, run MAUI check, okay? And for some reason it's hosted on my side. But this one is nice. Like if you haven't done this before, like if you're on a fresh machine, like the dotNET Workload Install command, this one's actually nice. It'll install some of these things for you. So let me go ahead and do this, because I think I have a dev branch here. So let me knock that out. Hold on. So this is the dev branch. So I don't want that. I don't want that. Oh, look at this. This is the MAUI. This is the dotNET bot. I was trying to mess around with that yesterday, which is nice that you can customize. Okay, so I've been downloading these things and just like keeping them numbers. So main was preview 1, main 2 is preview 2, main 3 was that. So let's go get this one again. And sure, download. I can use desktop, but I don't need to. So what did that download as? It came in as, oh boy, now I don't know which one it is. MAUI samples main? Maybe they changed the name? Maybe. All right, so we are gonna call this preview 4, okay? So that's it. This is the default. This is not the weather app, by the way, okay? But let's make sure we can run this. We have the workloads installed, and then we can run the Telerik UI app, which actually comes with an installer, so you don't have to do all of the things that I'm doing. This is just like if you wanted to know and have all the pieces ready. Okay, so manually installing the preview bits, which I should already have. Okay, where is it? Oh, come on. It's not signed. We can fix that. We can fix that. System preferences, security. Yes, this is coming from Microsoft. Go ahead and run it anyways. Yeah, there you go. All right, so preview 4 install. Oh, it comes up on my watch nowadays, which I wish they would also give me an option of doing the fingerprint thingy, so I don't have to double click on my watch. Anyone else played with preview 4? And ASP.NET team came out with quite a bit of good stuff as well in terms of Blazor web view, which is exciting. All right, so what do we have at this point? Just to check our sanity, we're going to do .NET. Yes, we have .NET, and we can do list-SDKs, I think. Yeah, okay. So preview 4 is right there. So that didn't actually change, like from the dev branch to this, it's about the same number. It was quite amusing to watch Ed try to do the Blazor MAUI app. Aha! This is funny. This is funny because Ed doesn't have a Mac yet. He's getting one, but yeah, it should all work. But to build an iOS or a Blazor hybrid Mac application, you do need a Mac because it is a native app. Yeah. Okay, so we have that. We can run the Blazor app today as well. And then I know Ed was frustrated. He was like, "Build sucked. There was nothing that was working." No, it's all good. It's all good. We're actually excited. Okay, internet. I'm going to tell you something. Just don't quote me, okay? Just live. And the obvious question is if you have, here, I'm going to digress here. If you go out to Telerik, right, and if you look at all of our Blazor stuff, which is, I think 75 plus controls now. Yeah, right there. So there's a lot of love being poured into this UI suite. It's for WebAssembly. It is for server-side. And the obvious question is, since you can now use Blazor to write apps for MAUI, yeah, Automod doesn't like you. I was trying to point to him the Nougat fee that he needed to run MAUI check, but Automod thought I was bullying him. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Coded Live used add permitted term to him. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Could be something you're saying about Nougat that's blocking it. Okay. So, internet, do not quote me on this, but the obvious question is, can I use some of these Telerik Blazor components into desktop apps? And oh, Eva is here, lurking in the back channels. So thank you, Eva, for tweaking Automod, so Dan could freely speak his mind. Keep it friendly, Dan. So the answer is yes, you can, but with some caveats, and we are testing things out. We are, our engineers are working through everything. It's not an open and shut case, but we want to make sure we tell you the story right. So just bear with us a little bit. We are working. Okay. So where are we? We did that, right? And now we can go in and do the workload install, which I should have. Who's calling me? I don't get phone calls on my phone too much. All right. So we have the preview 4, right? Can I not do this? Why is Finder not? Oh, there you go. Look at that. Oh, it needs a folder. It cannot just like be on the desktop. See, this is going to save me like a couple of minutes every week or every day. I like that. Excuse me. So I don't have to actually go in there. So I couldn't do that on the desktop. But once I suppose you're on a folder, then I can do this. And like, how did I not know this? Okay, so new terminal add folder. Look at that. It just automatically takes you inside that preview 4, so I don't have to do CD and all the navigation stuff. This is nice. Okay, so we have that, and let's do, I think we need sudo. We are trusted coded chickens. I don't know if I can trust Dan all the time. Dan speaks his mind, but it's all good. Trusted coded chickens. Okay, dotNET workload. So we'll do install. I don't care for Android all that much. Let's do iOS, right? And let's. So there are these 4 IDs for the different platform support, right? So get the ones you need. Maybe you don't need all of it. Sure. All right. Password. It's done. Yeah. I mean, it had it, so it just probably tried doing it again. Yeah. So I have the iOS. I will, Maui might bark at me if I don't have this. So let's have this. Oh, that was done as well. Well, at least you know when I'm saying something that's actually what I think and not the company line for Microsoft or whoever. Yes, that's true. That is true. Yeah. Dan speaks his mind, and you know, like I saw some feedback on Build yesterday, and all of those folks are like they're our friends. Like so, the Hanselmans, the Seth, the Isaacs, and all of them are doing a fantastic job. It's just some of it is coming across obviously as a little orchestrated because some of those demos are really polished, and you don't stutter unless you do things live, right? So I understand that, and it's really the best that can be done in a virtual mode where you are streaming to hundreds and thousands of people. So I understand. Okay, so we what do we have here? Okay, we have those things installed, and that should be it. So now we have hello Maui, hello iOS, hello this and that. And I should be able to use the same workloads to now pull up things like the Telerik UI. Okay, I don't want to run iOS or Android, but let's do MAUI directly. So you still need the F switch, but this should work, hopefully. Yeah, so now what it's doing is building this on top of .NET 6 iOS target framework and Preview 4 on top of it. So the dry principle of software design says don't repeat yourself, except when you're doing demos. Then it's okay. Okay, it's thinking for a little too long here. No, it's doing its thing. Come on. And I don't know if they changed anything with .NET New MAUI. That would be something to try out. Maybe they're spitting out the same project, or maybe it's just an empty project. This one has those buttons and those the .NET bot, I think. All right, come on, get it done already. Get it done. Okay, while this is doing its thing, we're going to run something on top of this. So let's go and get that ready. How about that? So, well, actually, let's start with David's blog here. I do want to run, try those like the app actions thing. This is nice because you can right click, or you can like long hold on your app and do extra things. Oh, it finally got done while we are talking. So I do want to try this out, but let's open up this ecosystem, and we can just go directly to the landing page. But let's take a look at what this has been doing. It's done, and here's our gorgeous iPad. I don't know how it picks that up as the default, but you have the iOS SDKs and everything's running. This is running on Preview 4. Nothing has changed, right? This is just the same boilerplate code that we have. Okay, so things at least run, and that is good. Okay, so what is new? With the same bits, which is .NET 6 Preview 4 and .NET MAUI Preview 4, I can now run this. Okay, so Dan is saying something. If you had Preview 3 installed, which I do, you may want to check the .NET New. I've noticed on both computers after the latest update, I ended up duplication of the MAUI template. Yeah, I haven't checked the new. I don't know what they have done. If you see two new templates with the MAUI, you need to run the .NET New -U Microsoft MAUI. I see. Isn't there a way to see all of this? So hold on. Let me see what I have. So if I do a .NET New, doesn't it show me all the stuff that I have? Yeah. Okay. Where is MAUI? Mac Catalyst is here. What the heck? I have really done something to my machine there, where it's not showing me all this stuff and I cannot run MAUI check. Okay, anyways, we're not starting up something new, but I will check that, and I will check to see what I have done wrong and what changed. Okay, so Telerik UI for MAUI. We have been excited about this, obviously, and the engineers have been working with Microsoft to see what we can pull off, and very early days, so bear with us. Some of the architectural things are not clean yet, but we are depending on a few things to happen with MAUI. But this is at least there for you to play with, so take a look, just search for this, and you'll likely end up on this page. If you end up on my page, which is the announcement page, I tried walking you through all the things that you would have to do, but again, you don't have to do all of these things. And there is a download thing, the installer, which I can show you and what it installs. But essentially, I show you all the exact things. Like if you have not run the .NET Workload installs, go ahead and get those things and so on. But let's try this real quick. Okay. Internet, don't steal my email. Don't steal my email. I think I have too many accounts. There you go. Okay, so if you did this on Windows, it'll get you the MSI, right? Or since I'm on a Mac, it got me the package. Okay, and let me check. I don't think I've installed this because I have been playing around with this obviously, but I don't think I've installed it through the installers here on the Mac. I have it on my Windows machine, but everything goes here in progress. No, this is all the Xamarin bits. Okay, so we can go ahead and fire this up and see what it does. Oh sure, we need everything to be signed. Open anyways. Okay, so let that thing run and it'll just install all the stuff. You need the ELA, sorry, I don't know how we say it right. All right, double click. And done. All right, thank you, and installer, go away, move to trash. I like this. So every installer should do this. Move things off to the trash. Curious Drive, good morning, my friend. Curious Drive and me are in the same great state of Pennsylvania, just two opposite corners. He's in Philly, I'm in Northwest PA, right up by the lake. So good morning, Curious Drive. So we got that, and we also have this thing that opened up, which, I mean, it's just pointing us to that. So right there, you see that? That's Telerik UI for MAUI, newest bits. So you get four things: binaries, demo app, packages, and license agreements. The packages, no surprises, that's the nupkeg file. That's the Nougat file, okay? It'll pick it up from your local machine if you don't have anything else. Licensing, you know, lawyers are important. And then the binaries, right? You don't need to look at the binaries unless you are like physically trying to drag a DLL over. But the demo app is where it's at. This is a weird soundtrack and it's bothering me a little bit. Okay, here we go. So demo app. I wish I could say just open up the solution and hit F5. You can't do that yet because like everything is preview. If you are on a Mac, VS for Mac support is not there yet. And you know, what was David saying? Because I do this thing where where I try to pull together some of the MAUI news, which Dan, I'm going to bring in your Prism thing next week. But David said something about VS for Mac. Let me look it up. Here's the last issue, and I think I had David say something. No. Oh, maybe it's in 8. I'm trying to remember what David had said. No, it's not in 8. Alright, hold on, people. I have to go to the Twitters to get you an answer. David Ortno said mid-year sometime. Let's look at them. It's funny. Where is David? Oh, and by the way, Xamarin Expert Day is coming up. When is it? It's in October. Okay, so if you're into MAUI, into Xamarin, take a look at that conference. Right, I can't find things. Where is... I cannot find what David said. But he said something about mid-year, because what they're doing with VS for Mac is also a lot of change, right? They are, I think, switching over from GTK to Cocoa Pods and how they render the UI, and they're bringing in support for dotNET 6. So things are, a lot of it is in flux. So don't even try VS for Mac. If you are on Windows, then Visual Studio for Windows 16.10 should work, and then 11 is the preview bit that will definitely work. So you can do F5 on Windows if you have all the runtimes, but not here on a Mac. VS Code will still work, but let's try this. So I can go back in here Oh no, I can actually do that thing now. The new shortcut I have learned. Services, open terminal at folder. Ain't that a beautiful thing? Okay, demo app. See, I'm already in here. Right, and now we go back here to just doing this. Oh no, wait, I need to change something. Hang on, before I do this. But since I have this, I should be able to change one thing that kind of always bites you. So this Nougat Config thing. So let's open this up, and we'll keep this open. I already have code on my path, so it knows. Sure. Okay, this always gets me. On a Mac, it will not find that package, the Nougat package, unless you change this little thing here. Because on a Mac, a whack is like this, right, compared to Windows. So change that up to like that, I think. Right, so all we are saying is, hey, go for these bits like .NET 6, Xamarin, public Nougat, like use that Nougat, but for the local Nougat feed, use the one that's hash packages, which is sitting right here under packages. That's the Nougat package we wanted to find. Okay, so I think that should be all we need. Let's try doing that, and it is still called Hello Maui, so that should work right out of the gate. No, packages doesn't exist. Oh, it's not finding the packages. Did I do the reverse thing, or did I already have it right? Maybe it was this. What are you saying? QS Drive is Hot Reload working with VS Code? No. It is working only with Visual Studio 16.11. What do you need to install in emulators? I don't want to install Visual Studio just for emulators. No, Visual Studio doesn't have anything for the emulators. It's just when you install these workloads, like for you to run a MAUI app, like you need iOS and Androids, right? So these workloads are going to install the emulators that you need. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it. I may have, let's see. Okay, now it's finding it. So yeah, maybe we did have it right. I got confused because like Windows has it like this, Mac has it like this, but looks like it's finding the package. Yeah, folks, just like Curious Drive, go try this all out. This is just like hot bits here, but it's fun to play around. It is fun. And I have a meeting at 11, but I can be a little late, so I want to get into their weather app and see what they did. Dan Siegel is saying, everything you use in Visual Studio is just a fancy wrapper. Yes. You can create and manage Android emulators on the CLI. That is very true. For years and years, Visual Studio has kind of made us lazy, especially on Windows, because everything is wrapped in a GUI, and now you have coming back to the basics. All right. Do we have an emulator yet? No, it's still doing its thing. Okay. Fingers crossed. I'm not going to mess with you. Go do your thing, CLI. Trying. Yay! Maybe. There it is. Hey, we need some celebrations. Where's this guy? Where are my guys? Rainbows. Okay, so that's how you run this app. Okay, on a Mac. So nothing out of ordinary. Just make sure you have these workloads, because otherwise we can't run it. And key point here is like we don't have support for Mac and Windows yet. It's coming. It's just not there yet. Okay, so don't try Mac, don't try Windows. It's gonna fail gorgeously. But try iOS and Android. That's where it's meant to work. And this is pretty apparent. Like if you go look into the demo app folder, this Hello Maui, like it has. Oh, I thought we had iOS or Android. Like it has an iOS folder here, which we're not using, but the app delegate stuff, and then Android. There is no Windows or Mac yet. Okay, so bear with us, early days. But this thing works. So it's just a simple app, and it doesn't navigate anywhere, but it shows like 4 of the controls that we are releasing. Dan is saying Preview 4 does support WinUI. Yes, it does. And that is only the workload I actually built from VS 16.11. Yes. So if you're on Windows, it does absolutely support WinUI, and it has from Preview 3. Go for it. If you're on Windows and Visual Studio, you're in a better place than just on a Mac. Android fails for me. Yeah. I mean, there are just too many of these preview things moving around. Like you can see, like Maui check fails for me for some reason. But hey, choose your happy path and stick to it. Okay, so this one here is a little image with a border. We like our borders, and it's fully customizable. It lets you have whatever radius you want, whatever color you want, however the rendering works on any type of UI. So really, just pick any Microsoft UI, throw the border on it, it'll work fine. We have a items controller, which is kind of like a list view type thing, which I'll show you in the code. We have charts and graphs. We actually have quite a few of them, and then we have like another bar chart here. What am I missing? We have the buttons here as well. Like, do you see these buttons? They're rounded. They're nice. They're like buttons on steroids instead of the usual ones. So that's Telerik UI for Maui. Just the demo app. And if you're curious, like what happened before we ran this, so let me show you what happened exactly. Okay, so that's Nougat Config. Can I make things a little bigger? There you go. Okay, so don't try it on VS for Mac, okay? But you can look around the code. So first things first. If we should we start with startup? No, we should look at CS Proj first, okay? So if you look at CS Proj, here's what is happening, right? It is clearly running on .NET 6 iOS and .NET 6 Android, and the app ID is Telerik Hello Maui, app version is 1. Curious Drive is always curious, hence the name. Okay, target framework, .NET 6 iOS, and the two things it's using is Microsoft Maui and Telerik UI for Maui. And it has things for like images and whatnot. That's not important. But let's look at startup here, okay? This is where things get a little interesting because, again, Microsoft is trying to play this carefully as well. We all know about the handlers, the new handlers in Maui. And actually, I was looking around, so I think I linked it. Let me see. Javier he works on the Maui team, and he had a wonderful video, this one here. So if you are interested in what exactly are the Maui handlers, then check out this video by Javier, and it's going to kind of walk you through like how they're designing this and what is changing and what do you have to change. But it's a new architecture, and it's less coupled from Xamarin Forms and each of the platforms. So MVU can use it, Maui can use it, Blazor can use it, and MVU can use it. So it's more generic as to how it renders the native UI, but it's a bit of work. So they have a compatibility mode, so you can still bring over some of your Xamarin Forms things. There might be a little bit of work as to how things render, or you can go all in. So I think we are coming in as kind of a mixed bag right now. If you look at what we did, there are some renderers that, these are native elements, okay, that we're using. The chart that we saw, that is an absolute native element for iOS and Android, right? So we are rendering that chart, but then see the compatibility here. So the chart and the button, those two are native elements that we are rendering using the compatibility and the renderers, but then the other two are actually handlers. So you'll see that like for Android and iOS, we call them differently. We use the different namespace, right? And then I thought we were registering the handlers. I don't see it. Oh, right here. So these two, like the items control and the rad border, those are handlers. Dan Siegel is saying, "Hey Sam, is the source code for this app public?" Well, look, you can get it, but it is likely on our GitHub repo, but I don't know if that GitHub repo is public. But you can get the source code. Like, this is the same thing that you download and install. Like if you head it out here, like you're going to get that same code base. That's the demo app. So yeah, Dan, if you want to tinker, if you find something, let us know. But you can do this on Windows as well. There's an installer, which is the easiest thing. I mean, internally, like I can just get the zip file and just unzip it, but the installer is just as easy. And all it does is it just gives you those like 4 folders here: the solution, the packages, the binaries. Yeah. Okay, so take a look at this, and once you have those handlers, once you have those renderers, then we can actually business as usual. Like nothing here in the way the app starts up. Then if we look at main page here, which is what is rendering stuff, here's our content view. Again, nothing different here. Once we have those namespaces, you're good to go. So the MAUI controls, that's the handler, right? So you'll see the rad border is coming straight up from that namespace, right? Telerik MAUI controls, while the other two are coming from the MAUI compatibility namespace. So that's my rad border. I can change all of the properties. And again, this doesn't look any different because it should not. This is business as usual. Yes, Curious Drive likes it. These two, the border and I think the items control is using the same namespace. Yeah, right here, MAUI controls, rad items control. This is just kind of like a list view, but you have a little bit more control over the templating of it. Beyond that, it is just any other control. So this should not look any different from any other XAML UI markup that you see. I don't think we are doing anything in the code behind, maybe just for some sample code here. It's just like changing the label if you click on that button, but there's a little view model that's driving this. It's all sample data here, folks. So those are my experiences as a developer. I'm a JS developer, technical developer, and look at Visual Studio or VS Code saying it doesn't like a lot of things here. I don't know why it doesn't like notify property change. Maybe I just don't, it's coming from the Xamarin's namespace. Okay. But here's the sample data. Yeah, Curious Drive, why there's so many red squiggles? I don't know. Maybe my VS Code needs an update. Dan is saying, for the love of God, please start using XAML definitions. Yes. Yes, I hear you. Okay, so I don't know Curious Code. It's just looking really angry at me. This is just all straight up C#, but that's the sample data that's driving the markup here. Okay, and we're literally binding to hold on, let me see, where are we binding to? The borders don't need any binding, but I think the items control needs a binding. Yeah, item source is coming from experiences, so that's what we're doing. And there's an item template here, so that's the label. So this is the nice thing, like once you have a template, you can really just do your own thing. What else? The Cartesian charts are here. So this has its own binding with categories. I think this is all just like fake data for now. Oh no, it's coming from data 1, data 2. Where is that? Oh, it's right here, data 1, 2, 3. Oh, very clever naming here. Data 1 to 3, it's right here, just apparently days of the week and some values to it, just to show you how to bind. But I think we have a few different types of charts, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. We have, so we can do a Cartesian, we can do pie, donut, financial series, and a bar chart. So a few, like 5 or 6 different types of charts and permutations and combinations, all of that. All right, so yeah, that's Telerik UI for MAUI in a nutshell. We're excited about this because it's the first step in the right direction for us to do this right. We still have a long runway to go between now and November, so expect a lot of things to change as the MAUI previews are maturing, as the tooling becomes a little bit more trustworthy, and Visual Studio previews become better, so we can run these workloads without some of these compatibility things. And we are also going to try to clean up and do much more of the handlers going forward. So that's it in a nutshell. Take a look at this. Give this a spin, folks. I mean, there's nothing hurting you. This is just all free for you to just tinker and play with. So take a look at that. Okay, I got like 15 to 20 minutes more. we can look at what Dan did for Prism, which maybe we should have Dan over to just kind of walk us through one time what he did. But where is the weather app? Weather 21. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Alright, that's the beautiful weather app. This is the whole thing that Scott Hunter and all of those folks demoed. Curious Drive is asking, will document processing libraries going to work like usual? Yes, that is the plan, but it doesn't work yet. Yeah, and again, we don't foresee a reason why it will not work, because it is a .NET standard library. So let me pull this up. Yeah. So what Curious Drive is referring to here? Where did that go? Oh, there we go. What Curious Drive is referring to is we have this thing which helps us work with different types of documents, and it is really helpful for enterprises to be able to interact with PDF, Word, and spreadsheets, because that's a lot of what enterprises do. So you can create, you can manipulate, you can download, you can share, you can do things inside these documents from your .NET app, and this is all a .NET standard library, so you can use it from WPF or WinForms or MAUI or Blazor, whatever it is. So yes, Curious Drive, that is the goal, to make it work seamlessly. Dan is saying, if you want to chat maybe next week. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Let's have Dan on next week. That will be great. And I'll be curious to know what did you all have to change with Prism and Pre-5. Dan is living on the cutting edge. You know how, like on I think we have that in the Grand Canyon, where like the brave go up to the edge, but then the bravest, there's like a little glass bridge where you can walk out onto the canyon. That's where Dan is. Like he's moved on to from Preview 4. That's old news. He's on to Preview 5 and who knows what else, maybe Preview 6. But if you want to be on the bleeding edge, that's what you do. Okay, so this is Weather 21, uses the Blazor web view, works everywhere, which is nice. Requirements to run this app. Alright, can I not run this on a Mac? Really? Oh, that is a Mac desktop application. That is on the wire in the middle of the canyon. Yeah, that's funny. So, can I not run this on a Mac? Really? I need Visual Studio 16.11. I should be able to run it. We'll see. New controls. See, this is what I was talking about. This is nice. The system tray integration is nice, because then your Windows and your Mac desktop apps feel very desktop-y. Notifications are nice. Single project, you can choose which device you want to run on, and all that is great. Okay, so I'm gonna be brave and try this, even though they said it might not work, but what the heck. I mean, if we have the runtimes, it should work, right? Alright, so that's Weather 21, main. Oh, apparently it unzipped itself as well. Source. There's the solution. WinUI 3 is a different package, of course. And there's the Nougat package, and they have Mac Catalyst. Maybe we can run this. Dan Siegel is saying it's going to release his own Preview 5. What feature is this, Dan, that you're waiting on in 5 that's not there in 4? I'm curious. Image source handling, huh? Like 4 doesn't do anything? Or like maybe how it finds and binds images? I don't know. That's interesting that they don't have it. I mean, it's early days for them. Okay. Can we just go in and do this? And I haven't touched their code at all, but can we run that thing? 4 uses Xamarin Forms. Oh, I see what you're saying. Image source handlers. 5 is the new MAUI style of doing things. Yes. I keep forgetting this command that they have. No, not that. Where are the mobile samples? I think they're just called MAUI samples now. Yeah, they're just called MAUI samples. But since I have these workloads, can I just fire up the MAUI app just like that? All right, let's go in there. This, I am happy to find this. It's just going to save me a little bit of time every day. New terminal, add folder. All right. Now, what is this app called? Weather 21. Okay. Let's go in here. It's just called dotNET build Weather 21. Okay. dotNET build Weather 21. I've never run this, so forgive me if I'm doing something wrong here. What are you saying? Curious Dry, I want to try Blazor components and see how that works. Yeah, try Blazor components. I can show you some stuff as well if I have time, but nothing radically has changed. It's the same like Blazor web view, so you can stick it inside of WPF or WinForms and it works. So now Curious Drive, like if you want to try out the Telerik stuff, just hold on a little bit. We have stuff working. We just need to figure something out. Okay, so don't be Dan. Don't be so bleeding edge. But you can try. You can try. Okay, Weather 21 is what it's called, right? Yes, and then I need that thing. What time is it? I can hear my kid, but he's not supposed to be back from school. Maybe mommy went and picked him up early. Alright, let's see what breaks. Oh no! Wait, I am not in the right spot. I'm here. No one can be done, yeah. What do you mean? All right, I'm going to copy this. What did you not find? Source. Okay, let's do it here. I wish I would have, oh, services is right here. No, it's here as well, so I don't have to go to the Finder menu. Okay, can I do this from source? dotNET build Weather 21 run. Okay, it's doing it, I think. Let's see how gloriously it fails. It is a nice looking app, and what is interesting though while it's doing it is David said they actually built this in Xamarin Forms. Yeah, so see they began with Xamarin Forms and then they ported it over to MAUI. Changed some of the namespaces. The process was painless and quick, with some air quotes. But it works apparently, and yeah, these actions are nice. Okay, it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. We are. I got a meeting in 5 minutes, and you know, like corporate cultures are always interesting, but we try to do a lot of things right internally. We have a lot of like inclusion and diversity teams. We have mentoring, and we have a new green committee to make sure, oh, it's running. It's running. So, you know, so the green committees make sure to kind of take the right steps. So as corporate citizens with all of our cloud services and all of the travel, how can we do things a little more ethically? So that's what we are doing. So this is nice. This is running. This is the Weather 21 app without me touching any code. It runs. It runs. This is nice. So I think this is for you to search, and oh, you can favorite things. Okay. And what is this? Oh, this is the mapping component. Do they? Okay, how are they rendering this? I'm really curious. Is this a new map or is this a Xamarin Forms map? I don't know. So this is nice. It works on iOS. Okay. Okay, we get that. But can we get this to work on desktop? So I can just change it to Mac Catalyst, right? I think. Yeah, don't do that. No, what is it called? Net 6 and then dash Mac Catalyst. Where's my thing going? There we go. Net 6.0 dash Mac. Oh, hang on. It is a pretty looking app, Curious Drive. Yeah, I'm sure they spent quite a bit of time on this. No, before I do this, I don't think I have the bits, or maybe I have bits that are old. I need to get those bits again. So we need to do a dotNET install. Sure, sudo is fine, but we need to get the Mac Catalyst. So do that, but then space, and we're going to pick up this Catalyst SDK full. Come on, there you go. Fire that up. Oh, sure. Oh, I had it. That was quick. Okay, now. No. Let's run this as Mac Catalyst. What is it called? Net 6. Not that. This one here. Mac Catalyst. Okay. So let's see. So this, by the way, folks, what it's doing is it's using the bridge that Apple has provided for you to go from AppKit. No, from UIKit to AppKit. So you can run your iPad iOS applications on a Mac as a desktop application. So that's the same bridge they're using to make your Mac, your MAUI iOS apps run on the Mac. So this is interesting that it works, and it gives us like a full code base to kind of look around and tinker. While it's coming up, where are they doing these setup actions? This would be where you can go look. Platform integrations. Okay, we'll go look. Oh, it's trying. No, it failed. No, it's trying. Ah, there you go. This is nice. Yeah, nice looking weather app here. Oh, this is like a wind speed thingy. Looks and feels the same, which is the whole point. Yeah, nice. Now, I think since this is running here, I can see the little corner. Where's that? No, that way. This little corner here, I can right click and I can do stuff like this. So these are the extra like desktop thingies, and you can have notifications. Check current weather. What does that do? It just probably updates it. And add a location. That didn't do anything. It probably isn't wired up. But this was just to kind of show you the menus that you can do at least. Okay. So this is nice. I wouldn't say it. Now what I don't know is like, are these Xamarin Forms controls, or is this the Blazor web view, which will be very apparent once we look into the code. Oh, and I'm at 11. Yeah, I'm at time here. But let me take a quick look here. I'm going to close this up. Close folder. And yeah, AWS is up, looks like. Fierce Kittens is offline. All right. And Fritz isn't going today, but Fritz will be on tomorrow. And actually, we are doing something tomorrow with Lance McCarthy. So let me show you. Sorry, I'm just hopping around and digressing. You know Lance. You all know Lance. This is the man. He's awesome, and he was a dev MC during build, so he had lots of thoughts. So Lance and me will be on tomorrow. Like, I host a chat show which is kind of conversational, but tomorrow we might actually share some screens and talk through some of the things that are most relevant and interesting for .NET developers. And that's coming up at 9 Eastern tomorrow, and hopefully we'll go all the way up till 10, so that's going to be like a 1-hour recap. Should give us a fair amount of time to kind of talk through, and then we're going to hop over and send folks to Fritz, which is Jeff Fritz, and he's doing a full day thing actually. That's him. Let me try to find this for you. Oh, him and his Blazer. Where is he? This one here. Yeah, so that's coming up tomorrow, folks, from 10 to 5, so the all day, and he's got the usual suspects, the Hunters, the Dan Roths, David will be on, Campbell and Kendra and Cecile, so Claire, a lot of good folks, so come and hang out with him tomorrow. We're going to start off the day with a quick 1-hour recap and then kind of hand you over to Fritz. Alright, I am at time here, but I really want to open this at least and just take a look as to what they're doing. No, not that. Where did we do it? Downloads, Weather 21, source, sure, let's start there. Nougat Config, Azure, you see that? These are all the private feeds. What exactly are they doing here? That's the WinUI 3. We don't need WinUI 3, but startup. Oh, that's nice and clean actually. Oh, this is using the new lightweight APIs for ASP.NET. Yeah, this is a whole other thing to kind of get into and kind of dig through, but you saw how I got the bits, so it's all up for us to go ahead and tinker. And yeah, this works on iOS, Mac Catalyst, Android, and Windows with WinUI 3. So yeah, plenty to kind of look around. So I'm actually being pinged for my meeting, so let's wrap up here, folks. So what did we go through? We went through this one here, which is .NET MAUI Preview 4. If you haven't played around with this yet, please do. It's fun, hot bits, and it works on a Mac, works on Windows. Little better story on Windows because Visual Studio integration is there. There's a new template, so play around. And in the announcement, you're also going to find a few things about the ecosystem, which is Telerik UI for MAUI is now ready for you to play with. So 4 controls, 4 components for you to play around and see how we're thinking about doing things. And if you're looking to use Prism from Dan, then go look at the alphabets for Prism library for .NET MAUI. So plenty of excitement, plenty of code for us to look around and start thinking about what the future might hold. Okay, so I got to run to my meeting, but Dan, Kira's Drive, and everybody else hanging out in the chat room, thank you so much. I appreciate you as always, kind of hanging out with me on Thursdays. Looks like next week we might get Dan on to talk about Prism. That should be fun. But tomorrow, come and join me and Lance as we kind of recap. This is just the .NET MAUI portion of it. We can recap all of what build announcements hold for .NET developers, and then Fritz is going to do a much more deeper dive all through the day. So that's it from me, folks, and stay safe, stay productive, and stay healthy. We shall see you on the next stream. All right, bye-bye.